The friend that tried to become me, a true life story of Nneka and Chisom. The beginning of something beautiful. Nneka was filled with excitement the day she stepped foot into the university campus. Fresh from home, full of dreams, and slightly overwhelmed by the hustle and bustle of registration, she wandered around with her folder in hand, unsure of where to go next. That's when she met her. A soft voice called out, "You look lost. Need help?" Nneka turned to see a bright-faced girl in a green floral top, holding a pen and smiling kindly. "Here, use this. You need a pen for the next form." That was how she met Chisom. They exchanged names, smiled, and ended up chatting while standing in line. They discovered they were in the same department, both studying mass communication. By the time they finished the day's hectic orientation, it felt like they'd known each other forever. Sisterhood begins. From that day on, Nneka and Chisom became inseparable. People around campus even started calling them twins, not because they looked alike, but because they were always together. They bought matching outfits, wore similar hairstyles, shared food, and slept in each other's hostels often. When it was exam season, they would read all night in the library, sipping Gary and groundnuts. Nneka, who was more academically inclined, often broke things down for Chisom in study groups. "Don't worry," Nneka would say with a smile. "I'll explain it again. You'll get it." They went to everywhere together. Fellowship, parties, even market runs. It was the kind of friendship many envied, or so it seemed. Cracks in the picture. By 200 level, things began to shift. Nneka noticed something odd. If she wore a new outfit, Chisom would wear something extremely similar the very next day, but not in a playful, twinny way anymore. It was competitive. If Nneka bought a cute blue skirt, Chisom would go buy the same one, in a flashier design. It didn't stop there. If Nneka made a presentation in class and got compliments, Chisom would try to do a bigger one next time, often copying her exact structure. Nneka laughed it off at first. Maybe it's just admiration, she told herself. But the admiration soon turned into mimicry, and then into silent rivalry. The realization. Nneka was one of the top students in her class. She spent her nights studying hard, attending tutorials, and seeking out lecturers for clarity. She always invited Chisom. But one day, she overheard something that made her heart sink. In the common room, two girls were whispering. That girl Chisom said Nneka thinks she's better than everyone, always acting like Miss Perfect. Nneka's chest tightened. She hadn't heard her name and Chisom's together like that before. But this wasn't the only incident. She noticed Chisom had started withdrawing when Nneka celebrated her wins. No more congratulations, just dry smiles. When Nneka was chosen to lead a class project, Chisom didn't clap. She didn't even look up. Instead, she applied to head a similar project in a different course and tried to outshine her friend. The psychological games. The worst part wasn't the jealousy. It was the mind games. Chisom would say things like, "You think you're the only one that can pass? Not everyone has time to be a lecturer's pet. Let's see if first class will put food on your table." And yet, she would still ask Nneka for lecture notes and advice, pretending as though nothing was wrong. Nneka was torn. Was she imagining things? Were her emotions deceiving her? Was it possible that someone who once shared her clothes now secretly hated her? The silent exit. It wasn't a loud breakup. There were no fights, no screaming, no tears. Just silence. Nneka gradually stopped waiting for Chisom after lectures. She gave polite greetings and that was all. At first, Chisom acted like she didn't notice. Then she started throwing jabs on social media. Fake friends will teach you how to be real. Never compete with someone who isn't even in your lane. Nneka saw them. She just smiled. Because what was there to fight for in a friendship that never existed to begin with? Reflection. Peace. In her final year, Nneka sat one evening on the hostel balcony, staring at the sunset, thinking about everything. She thought about the pen. the matching clothes, the inside jokes, the betrayal, and yet she felt peace. Because she had learned something many never do until much later in life. Not every friend you meet is meant to go the whole journey with you. Some are just lessons dressed as people. And that was how a beautiful friendship turned into a silent battle of envy, pride, and painful detachment. Nneka learned the hard way that not everyone who claps for you is truly happy for you. Sometimes, the people closest to you wear the warmest smiles while secretly competing with your every move. But here's the truth. You don't have to dim your light to make someone else feel comfortable in your presence. You don't owe anyone your success, your peace, or your identity, especially not someone who makes you feel guilty for growing. As you walk through life, be kind but be watchful. Be generous but protect your space. And remember, the right people won't compete with you, they'll grow with you. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment. Have you ever had a Chisom in your life? Tell us how you handled it below. And if you love real-life stories with lessons that stick, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay wise, stay grounded, and most importantly, stay true to yourself.